With the new Smash game coming out, here's my obligatory top 10 characters I'd like to see. I don't expect anyone to agree with my list, much less call it original, but these characters I've chosen are either based off of personal desire, or I'd like to see a new character represent their franchise. Disclaimer that all of these characters on the list would be new characters, not veterans. With all that said, let's begin. So this is one that will likely never happen, but I'd still love to see. This is a pretty simple-minded character with a big heart and a level head. Also, his theme song is freaking awesome, as is most of the Bravely Default soundtrack. Banding with a group of other misfits, they make it their goal to revive all the crystals and restore peace and balance to the world. Bravely Default is a JRPG, so building a moveset around the core gameplay might prove difficult. My solution would be let Tiz harness many of the job classes in the game and structure his moveset around that idea. With this in mind, any JRPG character using job classes could be implemented this way, but my vote rests with Tiz Warrior. For a guy who never finished Super Mario RPG, you'd think that this character wouldn't make my list, but because of his interesting character design and Papa D1's rally for him, I just have to include him. Do you know, interestingly enough, is a puppet brought to life in order to help Mario and crew defeat Smithy and his goons, all while retrieving the 7 stars. His kit consists of a lot of bullet and energy type attacks, so it would stand to reason he'd likely be a zoner. I believe he's been held back because he's actually owned by Square Enix, but with Cloud being featured in Smash 4, his chances are up significantly. Gino himself is a pretty badass character. His inclusion in the next Smash game could finally give the SMRPG fans a rest. Wonderful 101 is a game a lot of people seem to have skipped over when the Wii U first launched. And it's a shame too, because I think it's one of Platinum's finest games. Wonder Red and the rest of the Wonder Heroes form weapons by using the rest of the team members following them around. These can range from fists, swords, whips, etc. Because of the many weapons the team utilizes, making a varied moveset shouldn't be too taxing. Let me also preface by saying that there wouldn't be any limitations on what weapons he can create for the sake of avoiding stupid mechanics and keeping them simplified. Wonder Red himself is a pretty righteous hero, and his inclusion into Smash Switch would be, well, wonderful. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Waluigi is just Waluigi. I don't know what else there is to say. A lot of people seem to have a gripe with Waluigi for one reason or another, but I genuinely think he'd be a good fit for Smash. Why, you may ask? Well, just imagine Waluigi in all the games he's been in. His appearances are mostly limited to sports series and party games, so why not build his entire moveset around that? Let Waluigi be a representation of all the games he's featured in. Give him a tennis racket, a golf club, a baseball bat, a dice, just go nuts. I mean, more often than not, he's a comic relief, so make him the most unorthodox character yet for the Smash games. And really, would we have it any other way? Put Waluigi in Smash, Sakurai. It's his time. Yet another great series I haven't dedicated enough time to. Though if I had to pick one new character for the Donkey Kong series, it would undoubtedly be King K. Rool. Smash is lacking so many villainous characters in its roster, it's criminal. And with several games that the Big Bad Croc has been the main antagonist of, there's a lot to pull from. Give him his giant musket from DKC2, give him his giant boxing gloves from DK64, give him his helicopter pack from DKC3. I mean, there's really no shortage of potential moves for the character. And as previously mentioned, not only would he be another good villain to add to the roster, but also a great representation of DKC's wackiness. Kongs and banana hordes beware, this Kremlin King means business and is ready to smash the competition. Another game birthed by Rare, Banjo-Kazooie is one of the most recognizable collectathons from the 64 era. But with Microsoft purchasing Rare some time ago, hope seems all but lost, right? Well, not so much. Phil Spencer on 2 occasions has said he's willing to lend the characters to the Smash roster, so the chance is more likely than we'd think. If you don't know, Banjo is a bear and Kazooie is a bird that rides in his backpack. This allows them to do all sorts of maneuvers that lends to their game's exploration. They are not short on combat options either. In fact, a user on Twitter, HelloLuigi, made a visual moveset page for the character. I'll link the DeviantArt page in the description if you'd like to see it. Since nuts and bolts, the bear and bird have been pretty solid, but I think many Nintendo fans would like to see this duo return for Smash Switch. Look, I'm not even going to acknowledge all the memes surrounding this one and just say that Ridley should have been a Smash character a long time ago. He's one of Nintendo's most iconic villains and he's reoccurred in many of the Metroid games. And for as many times as he's been used for stage hazards, it's time he got upgraded to a playable character. Some complain that there's not enough material to give him a moveset, but Sakurai has shown us before that characters with little to no references can still be made into a character. I'm looking at you, Duck Hunt. Even then, I'm sure the devs could adopt moves from Super Metroid, and even his hazard counterparts from Brawl and Smash 4. I mean, just look at Ridley. He's a giant purple dragon-like thing that spits fire and stabs with a tail. Smash only has 2 Metroid characters as of Smash 4, but if this Space Pirate sneaks his way in, I'm pretty sure everyone would be satisfied. I really appreciate the attention Nintendo has been giving to Xenoblade as of late. Re-releases of Xenoblade Chronicles, releasing Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U, and the newly released Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And while it may seem unfair to skip over X, 2 is much more charming in my opinion. And I think Rex and or Pyra would be a really good fit for Smash Switch. And I made that split because I could see Nintendo doing Rex because he's the main character, Pyra because she's waifu, or the both of them together because the combat in XC2 revolves around partnering with your Blade companion. I think if they did this though, it would be much more like Pokemon Trainer in the background rather than an actual duo like Ice Climbers. They can obviously borrow moves from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for most of their ground attacks, but I'm curious as to how they'd make his aerial moves. Well, they figured out something for Shulk, so shouldn't be too hard. It seems that these two are a pretty popular pick for new characters, and because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a pretty recent game, I think they have a high likelihood of making the roster. At a young age, about the only RPG I played was Pokemon, but before I reached middle school I came across Paper Mario TTYD. Played that, and I loved it. Went and bought the original Paper Mario on Wii Shop and loved that too. Since then I've been a fan of the series, even during the dramatic changes and the more recent letdowns, which is putting it lightly. But anyways, if they made Paper Mario a playable character, I feel like the moveset would be pretty simple as he has many moves during combat. But I think they can make a lot out of the partner characters. I'd like the partners from the first 3 games, and I'll allow Huey from Color Splash. But she who must not be named? Nothing from her. She was awful. His side B could be Koops or Cooper, his up B could be Parakarry, his down B could be Bombette or Bobbery, his spot dodge could be Bo or Vivian, his grab could be Thoreau, his shield could be Barry. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to choose from, and all of it could fit very well in a Smash moveset. The Paper Mario stage gives me a little hope since they actually acknowledge the series, and hopefully that leads to Sakurai making Paper Mario an all-new character. A lot of people who know me personally knew what the number 1 character was going to be, and let me tell you, I have no shame in saying who it is and why. So without further ado, my most wanted character is... Look, man. I want Sora so bad. After seeing Cloud make it into Smash, something that was made as a casual joke by popular animator Kerberfer 10 years ago, my expectations are raised super high. Square Enix has gone on record saying they're going to give a good amount of attention to Nintendo Switch, and with Kingdom Hearts 3 finally scheduled for release this year, this is the perfect time to add them to the game. Disney would have some say in the matter, blah blah blah, I don't care. They wouldn't have to put anything Disney related into his moveset to make him a full character. Yes, I still realize the complications, but just let me hold on to this one hope, please. Not to mention making a moveset for him would be extremely easy. Map most of his magic to his specials and have his recovery be related to flow motion. Many of his ground and aerial attacks from the core games could be pulled straight over too. Sora's jab could be his basic A combo, and his aerials could be his forward aerial combo. Oh, and before you say aerial combos haven't been done before in Smash, I point you to Bayonetta, who clearly has an air combo. There's so much about his combat that from my perspective fits in with Smash very well and would make an interesting fighter. I love Sora as a character. He's cheerful, he's kind, and the Keyblade, as dumb as it is, still makes it into my favorite weapons of all time. And if we get a Kingdom Hearts stage in music? Oh, take me out the grill and skewer me, I'm done. If Sora doesn't make it in Smash Switch, I will be disappointed. Should I have the foresight to know that the likelihood of this happening is extremely low? Yes. But I'm blinded by what could be, and if this does happen, Sora's becoming my instant main. Well, apart from Lucas. I still love my baby boy. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like the video and comment down below your list of characters you'd like to see in Smash for Switch. I understand everyone's ideal top 10 will be different, so if you can respect my personal list, I can certainly respect yours. I'm really excited for this year's E3 for a multitude of reasons, but Smash Witch is very high on my hype list. Also be on the lookout for some more podcast-like videos. I like recording discussion videos like these, so if you enjoyed this video, there's more to come. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye!